What a fraud. Comey Peddles BS story about Trump assassination posts in first appearance since interview with Secret Service. Wow, wow, wow. I can't wait to see how he spin this. I haven't seen the video yet, so I'm going to be reacting live and looking at how he tried to spin this story, which it's no way. You're the FBI. You're the head of the FBI. You're the director of the FBI, and you don't know what 86 and someone mean. It's no way possible unless you are the worst FBI director in history, which I would probably say he would be. But you are terrible at your job if you don't know this. I've been saying for years that Comey is a scumbag. He's a political hack, and now the world knows it. And it pissed me off when my hometown of Williamsburg, Virginia, they got a college there, Wilma Mary, the College of Wilma Mary. It's a small Ivy League school out there. They hired him as a professor there, which I couldn't believe. This is right after all the stuff went down with Trump, and he stepped down as FBI director. He left as FBI director and stuff like that. It's crazy that they would hire this idiot as a professor there at Wilma Mary. But that's a whole nother story. We're gonna play the clip and hear his excuse. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from the Gateway Pundit, and they report that former FBI Director James Comey ran to MSNBC, of course, in his first public appearance after he called for Trump to be killed in a cryptic Instagram post. James Comey was interviewed by the U.S. Secret Service on Friday afternoon at the Washington field office. Comey is under investigation for calling for Trump to be killed in a cryptic Instagram post. We can all see it here. For those of y'all who living under a rock who didn't see it, he said he took a picture of this 8647, which we all would all note to mean that kill President Trump is basically what that means. And Comey saying, cool shell formation on my beach walk. He knew what he was doing there. 8647 equals kill Trump. According to CNN, James Comey was not in custody. He voluntarily went in for the interview with Secret Service. Comey's follow-up statement was an obvious lie. So he said, I posted earlier a picture of some shells I saw today on a beach walk, which I assume were a political message. I didn't realize some folks associate those numbers with violence. Are you serious? It never occurred to me, but I oppose violence of any kind, so I took the post down. On Monday, James Comey, as he conveniently plugged his new book, peddled a BS story explaining how he just stumbled upon a curious formation of shells as he was walking down the beach with his wife. So let's just play the clip here. Here we go.
You were back in the middle of a political firestorm.
Yeah, for walking on the beach with my wife. So I don't know how we ended up here. It never occurred to me.
Are you kidding me? You just were walking on the beach. You didn't do anything, and you got in this controversy. Are you serious? Are you serious right now?
That it was any kind of controversial thing, but that's the time we live in.
So take me back to the walk on the beach.
We were walking on the beach. We went to the beach to prepare for this week, which was the launch of my book, and to think about the book and to prepare to answer questions about it. And we were walking back towards the road, and we saw in the sand someone had arranged shells with numbers. And Patrice, my wife, said, why would someone put an address in the sand? And I said, I don't know. And we stood over it, and I said, I think it's some kind of like political message. And she said, 86, when I was a server, she did a lot of work in restaurants, meant to remove an item from the menu when you ran out of ingredients. And I said, well, to me, as a kid, it always meant to leave a place, to ditch a place. I said, that's really clever. So then she said, you should take a picture of that. And I did. And I posted it on my Instagram account and thought nothing more of it until I heard through her that people were saying it was some sort of a call for assassination, which is crazy. But I took it down. Even if I think it's crazy, I don't want to be associated with violence of any kind.
It's just ridiculous. Well, my wife was a waitress, and when they 86 something from a menu, that means they got rid of it, and I didn't know it was associated with actually killing someone, and I thought it was something political. I didn't really know what it mean, but I just posted it because I thought it was something political. I didn't even really know what it meant. So why would you take a picture of it and post it if you didn't know what it mean? Comey told Nicole Wallace that he's just an old, boring grandfather who likes to wear jeans and sweaters, so he was impressed by the person who created the clever political message out of shells. Listen to this.
Tell us about, take us through all of the ways he sought to investigate you. He's been tweeting about investigating you and prosecuting you, I think, since 2017, shortly after he fired you.
Well, he should be in jail. Comey should be in prison right now for all the stuff that he did. Crossfire Hurricane, spying on spying on American citizens, and setting up General Flynn to go to jail. All these things he did. This man should be in prison.
I think that's right, and I intentionally don't keep track of these things, but he has, and I hope no one will, but he has dozens of times called for me to be incarcerated and accused me of all manner of things, and I was investigated repeatedly in a variety of different ways in his first term. I went through the mother of all IRS audits, which cost me thousands of dollars, but I got a $347 refund at the end. Turns out I had overpaid my taxes, but just again and again and again, I really thought that.
Hold on. So now he's trying to say that the IRS is politicized? I thought the Democrats said that the IRS is not politicized. Wow.
That I was done. I was in another life. I was a grandfather and an author wearing, sweaters and jeans. And then I went for a walk on the beach and posted a silly picture of shells that I thought was a clever way to express a political viewpoint. And actually, I still think it is. I don't see it the way some people are still saying it is. But again, I don't want any part of any violence. I've never been associated with violence, and so that's why I took it down. So
your position, even after all of this, the Secret Service calling you and bringing you in for questioning, is that the phrase, the message on the shells was political speech and is political speech.
Yeah, by somebody. I actually didn't think of it as political speech by me, but I thought, what a clever way to express a political view. The shells were the same color for each of the letters, so different colors for the letters. It took a lot of work. Somebody with artistic flair did that, and I have a hard time believing it was anybody with a dark intention, and it certainly was no dark intention on my part, on my spouse's part.
Ridiculous. He's lying. He's a liar. But I can't stand Comey. Y'all don't understand. There's not too many people in this world that I genuinely cannot stand, and Comey is one of those people. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave y'all comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.